Hi, my name is Adele, and I want to talk to you today about the best way to collaborate with your students. Now, really the best way is through Google Classroom. But since we don't all have access to Google Classroom, I'm going to show you another way to do it, a way that anybody who has a Gmail account, a Google account, can do it. Today I'm going to show you 10 steps about how to work efficiently with Google Drive. So let's get started. So, step 1, be sure that you're signed into your Google account. And it's the same sign-in as it is for your Gmail. So here I am in my browser, and that's step 1. Step 2, I'm going to go to the app. So up here there's the 9 dots in the square, and I go to my Drive. And if I'm not signed in there, it's going to ask me to sign in again. I sign in. Step 3, welcome home. This is your Drive. This is your home away from home. I can access this Drive on any computer. I can access it on my smartphone. I just go in and sign in with my username, and all of my work is wherever I am. So, I have a bit of a mess here. Once you're starting to use Drive, it's really a good idea to start being organized right from the beginning. So step 4 that I'm going to show you is how to make a new folder. You go to New, you go to Folder, and I want to make a folder for my pictures that I'm using for this project, which are GIFs or JPEGs. So here I've made a folder. I have a new folder that's called Pictures. Now I'm going to organize. So I have a picture here that I want to move, and you just drag it in. And sometimes if it's a little more obstinate, you can right click, move to, and that'll do the trick as well. So I'm saying move to Pictures, move, and that's another way to do it. And here's another picture that I want to move. Okay, I want to get this out of here, and this is connected to teacher log, so I'll just drag it in there. And since it's being stubborn, I'll do move to. It's another picture. I don't know why sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. Oh, there it is. Sometimes you just need some patience. So, saving a new file in the folder. So I'm going to make a new Google Doc. I'm going to give it a title. And the right one I want to write. I can either move it to the folder I want to move it to in my Drive. So I want to move it to Teacher's Logs. Or, as I did before, here's my new document. I can just take it and drag it. Same way I showed you before. So that was steps 6 and 7. Now what happens when somebody shares a file with you? You're going to be working with students, they're going to be working in their Drives, and they're going to share files with you. You'll be getting an email from them that says that they've shared a file with you, but you can also find it in your Drive, because it goes directly into your Drive in Shared with Me. So here I have this picture that was shared with me, and I'm going to right click on it, and again, first of all, I have to add it to my Drive because this is in the Shared with Me. It's not really in my Drive. So I'm going to click Add to my Drive, and then I can click on Organize and move it to exactly where I want it to go. So I want this to go to Pictures. And this file that was shared with me by someone else has now not only become a part of my Drive, but it's also in my Pictures Step 9, you make something and you want to share it with somebody else. So it works with a doc. Let's say I'm going to make another new doc. But it's the same for any kind of file. If it's a Google picture or a doc, they're all the same. And I want to share this with myself with another account. Of course, with Google, you don't have to click save. It's saved automatically. There it is in my pictures. It's in my pictures because that's where I was when I made it, but it doesn't matter a whole lot. I right click on this in order to share, and I click on this share button. I'm going to share it with myself. And I can either give the person editing rights, give them rights to only comment, or give them access only by viewing. I'm going to talk about that in another tutorial. So now Adele, my alter ego, is getting a notification in my email, and it's going right into my drive. And I'll be able to go in and pick it up and organize it however I want. The same thing when you want to share a folder. I want to share this pictures folder with Adele. I will be sharing everything that's in that folder with Adele. So that's how you're going to share stuff with your students as well. If you have a folder with a whole bunch of files, you share it with them using share folder, and it goes into their drives, and then you should teach them to keep everything neat and organized. So that has been 10 steps for how to use your Google Drive collaboratively, how to collaborate with your coworkers, with your teammates, with your students, with anybody you want. I hope that was helpful. Don't forget to subscribe. Digitally yours. Bye.